Yo, what it is? It's your boy Millionaire, it's your boy Nazi B, it's your boy Chef. Help. Alright, it's your boy Chef H3. About to get this shit popping, bro. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the opportunity of being on Real Starz, you feel me? I appreciate you, bro. And we about to get this jump popping. We about to get straight to the video. What I'm about to break down is one of my recent singles called Deep Rest. All right. All this crazy shit that I allowed. Used to always follow all the crowds. Chasing validation like a clown. I said, all this crazy shit that I allow. Used to always follow all the crowds. Chasing validation like a clown. Now, I used to allow a lot of shit when I was younger. You feel me? I'm only 21, but I started to gain like a lot more knowledge and everything. Like, I honestly feel like I started my life at 19 years old. That was when I had my spiritual awakening, and that was just when the knowledge just started to flow through. And on top of that, I had to take a lot of time to myself just to really recuperate myself and to really understand what was I doing wrong along my journey. Because I know there's probably people who did me wrong, but I really wanted to know what I was doing wrong and what can I do to avoid that. So one of the main obstacles that I had was that I was too much of a nice guy. I was somebody who always allowed people to make decisions for me. And I was somebody who never really made my own decisions. You feel me? So it's like now, that's what this whole song is really about. It's about me just getting through that phase and actually starting to make my own decisions and actually getting past depression. You feel me? Because it started to make me depressed, and that's what I'm about to say in the next few lines. I was a fool, now I'm depressed. In other words, I'm in deep rest. So the reason why I said in other words I'm in deep rest is because for some reason it's like during depression, like I always feel like our body is kind of in deep rest. You feel me? Because when we are depressed, like from an esoteric standpoint, we are drowning in our waters, and when we're drowning in our own waters, obviously resting because we're not moving in a sense. And on top of that, is like when you turn the W upside down is memories. So every single time we are drowning in our water, and when we're actually looking at depression in a sense, we're always referring to our memories and how that shit harming us, and we're always ended up living in the past. And when you living in the past, you're not in a present, and you're obviously not working in the present to create your future. So in some shape or form, you're resting. You feel me? But not in a harmonious way. You're resting like in a harmful way on your journey. So I always like took that into consideration. There's a lot of ways many people perceive depression though. There's so many ways people perceive it. That's just the way that I perceive it, because I feel like it kind of makes me understand it a bit more. Some people might like this perception. Some people might kind of be on the edge with but you know, it is what it is, man. That's just how I feel about it. In other words, I'm in deep rest. All they keep my head up when I'm down. A lot of people never held me down. Had to lead the best is only now. I was a fool, now I'm depressed. In other words, I'm in depressed. When I made it the back, they can stay in the back. They don't like what I have. I'm like Kool-Aid, never like, not afraid of the back. Yeah, I came from the back. I said I'm like Kool-Aid, never lack, not afraid of the back. Yeah, I came from the back. Reason why I said I'm like Kool-Aid, never lack is because there is a saying that Ralph Smart said. Like, he the first person I heard it from. It probably wasn't a saying that he created, but I always used to hear him say, never drink the Kool-Aid. You feel me? And the Kool-Aid is just that shit that they feed you, that society feeds you, just that knowledge that society feeds you to keep you attached to society, to keep you attached to what the shadow government wants you to be attached to. That AKA that bot shit, AKA the blue pill, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. You feel me? Like, just all that shit. So I'm like, it's a 99% and a 1%. So Kool-Aid is never lacking 99% of the time. You feel me? So I said, I'm like, Kool-Aid never lack, not afraid of the back. But I wasn't saying me not lacking as far as rocking motherfuckers to sleep. I was just saying that in the principle of not lacking in general. You feel me? Like I ain't know if I should write that line. Like I was thinking a bit too hard on just on that specific line for some reason. But I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just say it because that shit still sound hot. Um, but I wasn't saying it like in a sense of me rocking motherfuckers asleep too. I was just saying that just off of the principle of not lacking in general because if the shadow government is not lacking, rocking these motherfuckers asleep, uh, 9 times out of 10 they're not lacking. You feel me? If you catching a motherfucker lacking, you're not lacking 9 times out of 10. So it's like, well, yeah, in their case, it's 99 times out of 100, because it's a 99% or 1%. But we ain't about to get too deep into that, man. Y'all understand me though, cause this is real stars, man. Y'all understand me. Show love, never hate on the mirror. Looking in my eyes, my vision is clearer. Dancing like the blindness, killing it with the silence. Trying to put me down and shit, but they don't know. I said, show love, never hate on the mirror. Looking in my eyes, my vision is getting clearer. The reason why I said that is because when a lot of people are going through depression, when a lot of people are going through phases where they're going through a lot of adversity and going through a lot of losses, taking many losses in life, a lot of people naturally don't look at themselves in the mirror. They naturally don't do that. You feel me? They don't even go in the mirror and like. In fact, if they do look at themselves in the mirror, they'll probably harm themselves. Probably harm themselves, and it's like crazy. Like people don't even look at themselves in the mirror just to tell them that everything's gonna be okay. Just to tell them that this is just a process. Just to tell them that this moment is temporary. Cause this moment is temporary, just like your happiness. You feel me? That's why you always gotta constantly keep working on yourself just to build that happiness. You gotta constantly keep working on yourself so you won't have to feel like the way you're feeling right now again. That's why I always thought it was more important for me to actually analyze the reason, like what did I do wrong, even though I already knew what other motherfuckers did me wrong on. You feel me? I wanted to analyze what did I do wrong, so I could come and react and respond in situations a lot better to where I wouldn't have to waste my energy like I did in my past. You feel me? So that's what this whole song is also about, like just really getting over that depression. Let's go. I'm a flow, I'm a flow, I'm a flow, I'm a flow. They don't know I'm a real young wizard. Make the best of the worst I'm living. Never forward, I'm always gonna get it. I'm a flow, I'm a flow, I'm a flow, I'm a flow. Just gotta get better at life. Cause it don't get easier for me. Yeah. So a lot of people, that's a lot of people's favorite part of the song. They always tell me. They always be like, I'm a float, I'm a float, I'm a float, I'm a float. They don't know I'm a real young wizard. But the meaning to just me being so repetitive with that is in a sense of uplifting everybody. You feel me? Like, all right, cool. Like I said what I said during the song. I explained everything that I went through. I explained my mistakes. Now it's time to put people on the brighter side of things. You feel me? Because I want people to feel every type of emotion. I want everybody to understand that it's really important to experience all types of emotions because all types of emotions are a part of you. So me just expressing that, I'm giving an example that it's okay to express yourself that way. And that's what I'm gonna talk about when in that description that I got as far as my description for that actual YouTube video. But I'm gonna read that at the end of it, and that's gonna connect to what I'm saying right now. But the reason why I said I'm a float, I'm a float, I'm a float, I'm a float, is because when I was depressed, I was drowning in my water. Now, when I'm actually controlling my emotions, when I'm actually utilizing it correctly, when I'm actually reacting and responding to situations correctly, I'm more so controlling my own waters and cleaning my own waters. So now I can actually swim in my water, in my own water. I can actually float. You feel me? Because now I'm in a situation where I know how to use my mechanics for my water, and the only reason why like a lot of people don't really make it out when they're depressed is because when they're drowning, they expect somebody else to get them directly out of it. You feel me? But the way that they approach it is not the best way to approach it, because a lot of people really feel like they kind of look at everybody else as from like a handout perspective, when it's really supposed to be like a two-way street. Because at the end of the day, you the only person that got the right mechanics for your swimming pool. They don't have the mechanics to help you get you out of your own swimming pool. So you still gotta put in some type of work to see where you went wrong, to see what you're focusing on a lot more that's weighing you down even more. So you won't have to be holding so much weight mentally, esoterically, so you won't be holding so much weight in general. You feel me? So you won't be so dense. And that was just my standpoint of floating, cause it's like, yo, like I just let off all that stress. Now I'm floating. You feel me? I'm swimming above my waters. My waters are clean, and I'm ready to inspire. And that's really all it's about, man. But then the hook coming right after that. All this crazy shit that I allow, used to always follow all the crowds, chasing validation like a clown. I was a fool, now I'm depressed. In other words, I'm depressed. All to keep my head up when I'm down. A lot of people never held me down. Had to leave the past, it's only now. I was a fool, now I'm depressed. In other words, I'm depressed. So in the description, I said I made this song to express what my depression was like and how I got through it. Depression was one of the main things that would come around as it occurs with adversity. The wisdom and knowledge we have is what we will allow to break through those magic squares of depression. That moment, all right, there we go. That was the moment that I learned that enjoyment doesn't necessarily have to require a good emotion. All emotions are within us, and that's what I was saying before, so that's what I'm going to pick up at. All emotions are within us, a part of us, and always will be. We enjoy a moment that isn't so good with emotions that aren't so good. Compatibility and adaptation will reduce the amount of energy we waste during adversity. So that's why I always say it's important. If you have a sad moment, you have to enjoy the moment, that sad moment, with sad emotions. Because if you're incompatible, you will drain your energy a lot more faster. Like in a happy moment, you're not going to enjoy it with a sad moment. You're going to be draining your energy because you're working so hard just to be so incompatible with the moment. When in reality, you just got to be present and enjoy the moment, experience the moment. You feel me? You got to go with the flow. So it is all temporary, so we need this experience just to remind ourselves that this is not an esoteric, this is not an esoteric environment we want to keep coming back to. And I was just talking about depression. Allow your spirit to expand. I love y'all. And that's pretty much it. You feel me? Once again, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on Real Starz, man. I love y'all. I love y'all Soul Group. I love y'all Wizard Gang. And listen, man, it's Soul Group Takeover from here, man. Soul Group Takeover. I love y'all. Peace. Much love. Namaste. Make sure y'all stay well, stay healthy, and meditate so I can gain clairvoyance and see clearly through all that bullshit.